In a world where communication is constant and accessible, we often overlook the immense power that our words hold. From social media posts to casual conversations with family and friends, the way we speak shapes not only our relationships, but also the way we are perceived. One of the most subtle yet dangerous aspects of our daily interactions is negative speech, words spoken without respect. We may not always realize it, but the things we say, whether intentionally or unintentionally, can have a lasting impact on others. Negative speech can destroy relationships, hurt feelings, and create a ripple effect that spreads throughout communities. Imagine a conversation where one remark, one careless word, causes someone to feel disrespected or diminished. It may seem harmless at first, but the damage it causes to the person on the receiving end can be profound. Speaking without respect goes beyond mere words. It reflects a lack of empathy, consideration, and understanding. In Islam, speech is seen as a reflection of the heart. If the words we speak are harsh, negative, or disrespectful, it reveals something deeper about our intentions and our character. In this video, we will explore the danger of speaking without respect, how it harms both the person speaking and the one on the receiving end. If we want to create a society built on respect, peace, and understanding, it all begins with how we choose to speak to one another. Let's begin this journey of self-reflection and transformation, understanding the weight our words carry and how we can use them to build a better world for ourselves and others. 1. Talking without purpose. The danger of idle talk. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to fall into the trap of idle talk. Casual conversation is a part of our daily lives, whether we're chatting with friends, family, or colleagues. But how often do we stop to think about the purpose of our words? Idle talk, or talking without purpose, might seem harmless, but in reality, it can take us further away from our true purpose in life. As Muslims, we are taught to use our time wisely because time is one of the greatest blessings Allah has given us. Every moment we waste on meaningless talk is time that could be spent in worship, reflection, or helping others. As human beings, we are constantly seeking purpose and meaning. Islam teaches us that our purpose in life is to worship Allah and follow His guidance. But when we spend our time engaging in meaningless chatter, we lose sight of that purpose. Instead of strengthening our relationship with Allah, we end up feeding our egos and distracting ourselves from the bigger picture. This is why it's so important to be mindful of the conversations we engage in. By speaking with purpose, we can make every conversation meaningful. Whether we are discussing important topics with friends or simply making small talk, we should aim to make our words reflect our faith and values. Our conversations can be an opportunity to spread positivity, share knowledge, or simply show kindness and respect. In doing so, we are not only benefiting others, but we are also earning the pleasure of Allah. It is important to remember that even light conversations can have an impact on our hearts. If we spend too much time in idle chatter, we might find ourselves growing distant from the true purpose of our lives. We may even become desensitized to the importance of silence and contemplation. In contrast, when we speak with purpose, we become more mindful of our words, which in turn helps us stay focused on what truly matters. Islam encourages us to use our time wisely, and that includes being intentional with the words we speak. Whether we are talking with family, friends, or strangers, we should strive to make our words count. Every moment is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah, and we should make the most of it. If we find ourselves in conversations that are going nowhere or are focused on idle matters, we should consider redirecting the discussion or stepping away. In a world where distractions are all around us, being mindful of our words can be a powerful way to stay focused on our faith. Let's make it a habit to speak with purpose, and when in doubt, embrace silence. In doing so, we will not only preserve our time, but also protect our hearts from being led astray by the distractions of this world. By focusing on meaningful conversations, we can transform every interaction into an opportunity for growth and reflection. 2. Gossip, the silent danger to our relationships. Gossip is one of those hidden dangers that can slowly but surely poison the bonds we share with others. It often begins innocently enough, with a simple exchange of information or an attempt to share a story. However, it quickly transforms into something more harmful, spreading negativity, mistrust, and division. The problem with gossip is that it's deceptive. We may think it's just harmless talk, but its consequences can be far-reaching. It can create distance between loved ones, damage reputations, and even tear communities apart. In Islam, we are taught to avoid backbiting and gossip at all costs because of the severe impact it can have on relationships and the community as a whole. Gossip does not have to be about false information. It can also be about the truth. The critical point is that it's said behind someone's back in a manner that would hurt them if they knew. What starts as a small piece of information can quickly escalate, causing harm to relationships, tearing apart friendships, and creating unnecessary divisions. Often we don't realize the damage we're causing when we gossip. It's a silent danger that can creep into our lives without us fully recognizing its negative effects. The silent nature of gossip is what makes it so dangerous. It may seem innocent at first, but the harm it causes is often invisible. When we gossip about someone, we often think of it as a private conversation between friends. But those words can spread far beyond the circle, creating misunderstandings, distrust, and even hatred. Trust, which is essential in any relationship, is fragile. Once it's broken, it can be very hard to rebuild. And gossip, even if it's done with the best intentions, can easily destroy the trust that people have in each other. In relationships, whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues, trust is the foundation of everything. Gossip erodes that foundation. Imagine how you would feel if someone were speaking behind your back, sharing your personal matters, or revealing your weaknesses without your consent. You would feel betrayed, hurt, and disrespected. This is why gossip is so harmful. It destroys the dignity of a person and creates unnecessary drama and conflict within a community. Moreover, gossip can often lead to misunderstandings and false judgments. Sometimes, we only hear one side of a story, and by spreading that information without fully understanding the context, we contribute to misjudging people. In Islam, we are encouraged to speak to people directly if we have a problem with them. Avoiding gossip and addressing issues with transparency is a way to maintain peace and avoid conflicts. To protect ourselves from the dangers of gossip, we must first acknowledge its harmful nature. We need to be aware of the consequences that our words can have. Once we understand the impact of gossip, we can take steps to avoid it. If we hear others gossiping, we can choose to steer the conversation in a positive direction or simply walk away from that environment. If we feel the urge to gossip ourselves, we must remember that silence is often the best choice. By remaining silent, we protect the dignity of others and safeguard our own integrity. Islam teaches us that our speech should always bring about good, not harm. We are reminded to speak words that build, not destroy. So, instead of gossiping, let's strive to speak words that uplift others, help them, and protect their honor. The power of our words is immense, and if used correctly, they can foster love, understanding, and unity within our communities. Gossip is a silent but dangerous force that can harm relationships and create division. It destroys trust, breeds misunderstandings, and damages reputations. As Muslims, we must strive to protect the dignity of others, speak kindly, and avoid gossip at all costs. If we truly want to live by the teachings of Islam, we must be mindful of our words and work to foster peace, understanding, and respect in our communities. Let us be the believers who protect others from harm through our speech, showing the best of our faith through kindness and integrity. 3. Negative speech, the danger of speaking without respect. In every interaction, the words we speak have a profound impact on the people around us. Whether it's with family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers, our speech can either uplift others or bring them down. Negative speech, especially when spoken without respect, can be one of the most harmful forces in our lives. The way we communicate not only shapes how others perceive us, but it also reflects our inner character. Islam teaches us that our words should reflect respect, kindness, and love for others. When we speak negatively, without regard for the feelings of others, we risk damaging relationships and harming our own spiritual growth. When we speak negatively about someone, we are not only disrespecting them, but also violating the command of Allah. Islam teaches us that every individual is deserving of dignity and respect. The act of ridiculing, belittling, or using hurtful language against others is a direct contradiction to the principles of kindness and compassion that we are urged to embody. Negative speech often arises from a lack of understanding or from a place of anger. We might lash out in the heat of the moment, saying things we don't really mean. But what we fail to realize is that words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. They leave lasting impressions, both on the person we are speaking to and on ourselves. When we speak disrespectfully, we not only hurt others, but we also harm our own soul. We must understand that every word we speak is an opportunity to either earn the pleasure of Allah or to fall into His displeasure. Therefore, it is crucial to speak with mindfulness and respect, considering the impact our words have on those around us. One of the most damaging aspects of negative speech is that it often targets the weaknesses or flaws of others. Instead of offering constructive criticism or support, we may find ourselves mocking, insulting, or belittling those who are struggling. This is especially harmful because it can destroy the sense of self-worth of the person being spoken to. Negative speech has the power to create a cycle of hurt, where one person's negative words are met with more negativity, ultimately leading to resentment and division. One of the most effective ways to avoid falling into the trap of negative speech is by practicing self-control. We should always remember that our words have consequences, and once they leave our mouths, they can't be taken back. In moments of anger, we should remind ourselves of the harm that negative speech can cause and take a deep breath before reacting. If we can't speak kindly, it is often better to remain silent. This approach will not only protect others from harm, but will also safeguard our own spiritual well-being. Speaking without respect is a danger that we must be aware of in our daily lives. Negative speech has the power to destroy relationships, harm reputations, and create division in communities. As Muslims, we are called to speak with kindness, wisdom, and respect. Let's strive to follow the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, whose words always reflected the highest level of character. By speaking positively, we can foster better relationships, create a more peaceful environment, and earn the pleasure of Allah. As we've explored, the power of our words is far greater than we often realize. Negative speech, when spoken without respect, has the potential to harm, divide, and create lasting damage in our relationships and communities. Islam calls us to be mindful of our speech, to speak with kindness, wisdom, and respect, reflecting the beautiful character of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Let's remember that every word we speak is an opportunity to either build or destroy, to either spread peace or sow discord. By practicing mindfulness in our speech, we not only protect the dignity of others, but also protect our own hearts from negativity. Let's commit today to using our words wisely and to treating every individual with the respect they deserve. If we can do this, we can transform not only our relationships, but also our communities. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Deen Xplorers channel. Stay blessed, keep your words kind, and continue to explore the beauty of Islam in every aspect of your life. Until next time, take care and speak with respect.